Hey everyone. I wanted to take a few minutes today and speak to you about unconditional love and self-acceptance, and at the same time talk about some personal um, pieces related to unconditional love and self-acceptance. So I wanted to say that recently I've been driven by something that my human design mentor has talked about, and that's this idea of imperfect action. And I just love that because it empowers me to step out and do things imperfectly. And the truth is that everything's imperfect. There's nothing that is completely perfect. And I think it's one of the biggest myths of our culture is this idea of striving for perfection. But I'll save that for another video. But before I jump into what I want to say, um, I recently, well, actually not so recently, probably about 6 months ago, came into or realized or channeled a purpose statement for, what sort of guides me underneath the work that I do. And what surfaced was this idea of embodiment related to unconditional love and self-acceptance. So the idea of that we're here to embody unconditional love and self-acceptance. And I really believe that. It drives me. It's something that I want to share with the world, and it's something that I definitely support others to do. And as I stepped into that, there was a piece for me that was a little sticky. And what I realized is that I have been struggling with weight loss for quite a while. And what I started to realize was that this piece of, not having reached my goal around weight loss, I started to make this story of not being able to share the work that I do because, I haven't reached my goal yet. And I think, a big reason that I want to share this with you is twofold. If I wait until I reach my goal, then in the process of that, I don't get to share my gifts. And that in and of itself is a massive, well, I'll call it a problem because, in terms of human design, I'm a manifesting generator. I'm here to do what I love. I'm here to do what lights me up. And this work lights me up. And so, in some ways, if I was to delay, you know, that that goal, then I wouldn't be doing this video right now. And that's pretty problematic because even though I haven't reached my weight goal, I still have a lot of wisdom and gifts to share. And so for me, this is twofold. One, I think that I'm sharing this for you, but I'm also really sharing this for me because I need to get this out so that it's not blocking the work that I do. And, vulnerability is a very, very powerful tool. And this is me being vulnerable. This is me sharing my truth. And, the truth is that even though I carry extra weight, I'm doing a lot of work right now, and I have been doing a lot of work over the years to try and solve this piece that is rooted in my earliest trauma, my earliest emotional trauma growing up. And that doesn't happen overnight. And for me, I want to get to the root of it. I want to reclaim the power that is I don't want to say trapped, but redirected into this what I'll call an addiction. It is an addiction to food. It is a habitual response to emotional trauma. And I really want to get to the core of unraveling whatever that is. And really I'm feeling like I'm actually really close. And I think me sharing this today on this video is a really big part of that. So I just wanted to be vulnerable with you and I hope that if there's something keeping you from stepping into and sharing your gifts, something like similar to what I've just shared, um, you can literally set that aside because I can tell you that a lot of my gifts have come from um, this piece of carrying weight. So many of the things that I've had to overcome and have come from, this situation in my life that has been predominant for a long time. So, all right, I did it, and you can do it too. So now on to the rest of this video. So I had someone yesterday say to me, like, what is unconditional love? What is self-acceptance? And what is self-love? And yeah, for me, this was something that was quite the mystery. It was something that I don't know that I had experienced. And yet it was something that I knew was very important to my healing journey. And really, it was a teacher about a year ago who, maybe it was actually 2 years ago, who made this statement of self love is the end result of all the things that you do for you. And I was like, yes, that is totally something that makes so much sense. Like, that's something that I can get my head around. And what does that look like? So I'll give you an example. This morning I got up at 4:45. The first thing I did was went to the bathroom, of course, and then I did 20 minutes of Qigong. I sat down and I read my meditation with the elders book, the entry for today. I meditated for a little bit. I prayed to Creator. I made myself a healthy breakfast. And here I am doing this video. And those things are integral to me having a good day, for me being rooted in myself when I go out into the world and do the work that I do. And that is an act of self love. That is an act of unconditional love. Because if I wasn't loving myself, I wouldn't be able to do those things. I wouldn't be driven to have that kind of routine. I wouldn't be driven to get out of bed that early. And for me, that's an important part of how I start my day because I give so much of myself throughout the day. So I need to fill my cup first. But that was not something that came easy for me. That was not something um, that I initially understood. It took me a long time to get into that practice. And but that is an act of love. The other thing I want to say about love is that it seems like this big lofty concept, and we've been kind of given this idea of Hallmark love. And I don't think that's really what love is. I think love is as peaceful and spacious and quiet as it is expansive and big. And I think it was actually I know it was Zach Bush, who is a teacher that I follow, and he had a channeled message come through him where he was told that if you can appreciate the beauty in the world, that is love. So being able to see the beauty in others, being able to see the beauty in yourself, being able to see the beauty in nature, that is love. And that's the way that love shows up. And I thought that that was really helpful as well. And the other piece is around self-acceptance. And I think, that relates to kind of what I revealed in the first part of this video is that accepting where we are. I can tell you that I've been in a battle with myself for the longest time and making up a story that something's wrong with me. And I've been focusing there. And self acceptance is very much about accepting where we are, loving that part of ourselves, and not being in a battle with that aspect. And this is certainly something new that's unfolding for me. And I've definitely accepted myself on other levels. And that is evidenced by my inner critic that is very quiet. My inner critic used to be very loud and it used to drive my bus and drive my decisions and keep me from doing things. And that's not the case in my life anymore. And I think self acceptance is a big piece with that. And along with self acceptance comes self esteem and feeling good about ourselves. So, yeah, I wanted to just give a quick overview of those two things and some thoughts that are with me at the moment. And I really do believe that the world would be very different if we all embodied unconditional love and self acceptance for ourselves and unconditional love and self acceptance for others. And, those two things go hand in hand in the world of shadow because if I can unconditionally love someone that's in front of me, then it means that I'm also able to unconditionally love myself. And when I'm able to accept someone in front of me, then I can also accept myself. And so within that, even though I'm doing this quick overview, there's a lot that goes into those two things, and that really drives the work that I do. And so, yeah, I think I'll leave it there. Happy to connect with you on this day, and I hope this message has had some sort of impact. If you feel called to, I would love to have your comments and maybe share how this shows up in your life or what it sparked within you. I love responding to comments, so please feel free to share those. And if you're interested in human design, you can go to my website. You can get your free human design chart to start your journey. And that's at my website, rosstayler.com. Thanks very much for watching this video, and I look forward to connecting again in the future.